Is it true what they say? You can kill all the world in less than a day.
Biedri sekretāri, neticamies, ļaunais sēklu iesēs, kas to pļauns esam mēs.
The musical is called Peace Child, and it's being performed together by 15 Soviet and 15 American children throughout the Latvian Soviet Republic. Latvia is in the northwest corner of the Soviet Union, sandwiched between Lithuania and Estonia. In 1988, a total of 10 such cultural exchanges between Soviet and American children occurred in both the U.S. and the USSR, plus tours in Central America and Poland. Each tour performed their own version of the play, but as you'll see shortly, the play was a catalyst to something much more profound. The play opens with an American boy who has a nightmare about a nuclear holocaust.
I don't understand why we have so many bombs. Is it because we're afraid of the Soviets, our enemy?
So he travels to the Soviet Union to find out for himself, and there he encounters friendly people who have been equally conditioned to be fearful of America.
You have a military-industrial complex, too.
No, Jen. We socialists. Me and Sasha, we fight for peace and happiness for all peoples. Not millions for some and poverty for the rest.
Why don't you give your people a little freedom first?
Yeah. And how about you? Feed your poor people before you tell us how to run our country.
While there, he meets a girl who shares the same fears about war. And through a series of adventures, the two of them eventually are instrumental in getting the world leaders to talk to each other and agree to cease mutual distrust. The play was originally written in 1981 by David Wolcombe and was such a success that he used the proceeds of the play to set up the Peace Child Foundation, which sponsors these cultural exchanges in hopes of making the play's prophetic ending become a reality. The play has been done in community productions hundreds of times throughout the world, and in 1988, for the first time, it was rewritten and brought to Central America and had kids from Costa Rica and Nicaragua relating issues in history which affected their situation. However, I digress. This is about the Latvia tour, which started in Virginia. All the kids who were selected in nationwide auditions convened for the first time for 3 days to undergo group dynamics, study Russian, and generally get to know each other. Then, 26 hours of planes, trains, and buses later, we arrived in Riga, the capital of Latvia, and met for the first time the 15 Latvian kids with whom we'd be putting on the show. When we got to Riga, we received this incredible reception.
We're very glad that you have come to see us. For the time being, we say dear guests, but very soon I hope we shall be able to say dear friends.
From that time on, the kids, the adults, and our Soviet-supplied translator, Angelita, would all spend time together in one of the young pioneer camps in Jurmala, right on the Baltic Sea. These camps, the story goes, is the first of 3 stepping stones one must embark upon in order to become a full-fledged Communist Party member. Its first function is that of a summer camp, where kids played ping pong all day long and sang some of the 1.5 million Latvian folk songs. That's one folk song for every 2 people in Latvia. The second function is teaching the kids good socialist values, the classics, and showing them how to be good, conscientious citizens. During that month, the Americans quickly adapted to their new friends and their new accommodations. Some of them adapted a little quicker than others. Soon, all the Latvians and all the Americans would be doing everything together, writing the play, rehearsing, playing around, and even letting off a little steam. And the younger kids in the camp were constantly on hand to gaze in and watch this historic exchange with the first Americans ever to visit their camp.
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1,
Wait,
2.
I forgot already.
Okay, that's
Okay, that's what I thought.
We only had a mere 10 days of rehearsal time to learn new music, choreography, the lines, and rewrite the show so it was mostly in Latvian, because the Latvians hate speaking Russian.
3, 4.
We even managed to work in some Latvian folk dances into the show. Latvia reminds a visitor more of Switzerland than of Moscow, with both old and new side by side. The people's pride in their land and their culture is evident in their friendliness and even their productivity, which is responsible for their relatively higher standard of living. touring is what the kids did when they weren't rehearsing or performing. It was a fascinating release which, despite the language barrier, serves to strengthen their newly found friendships. War memorials are everywhere throughout the Soviet Union and are religiously visited. During World War II, the front line between Germany and the Soviets moved right through Latvia and then right back again. So these people know war firsthand, and helps to explain why there aren't many old men left. Salisbury is one of the many Nazi concentration camps that was built in the Baltic states. Of course, they all visited fun places too. One of their travels took them to one of the many Soviet sports palaces, where pre-Olympic volleyball finals were taking place between Cuba, that's Cuba, and France. All other Olympic teams were there too, scouting out the competition, and we got a chance to meet the American volleyball team before they became famous. The sign reads, O Sport Timir, O Sport, you are peace. During the halftime, we got a chance to folk dance on the floor with all the other visiting Olympic teams. And then we got a chance to perform some of the songs from our own show. Now, Soviet officials would be foolish to try to censor the message of Peace Child, since the play's message closely follows their own preachings of world peace. Peace messages and artwork are readily seen in public parks and everywhere else. In fact, there's almost as many signs proclaiming peace as there are statues of Lenin. Even the kids are taught this theme at an early age, as witnessed by these first and second grade anti-war posters. So it was no wonder that the concept of kids promoting peace using their own words proved irresistible to the Soviet press. The people were genuinely interested, and every show had a 70 to 110% house. The media covered us like crazy, giving us television specials, newspaper headlines, and a film documentary of the kids' times on and off stage. Before the show, it was traditional to hold a group circle to get everyone's concentration and energy levels up. It worked great up until the trip's end, when they all started to lose it, off stage and sometimes on.
I have a vision. I have a dream. I have the answer, or so it seems. When all the truths of my face don't lie, living never rainbow, we can never sunlight. We must tonight reach out with love, gather all your courage. Reach out with love, seek a brighter day. Love as our sword, peace as our weapon. Reach out with love, let us win this way.
Peace and friendship, they shouted, both in English and in Latvian, as the people showed their unanimous approval. Every show in every city made audiences cry, just like I heard it would. Youth groups, having heard about the peace tour, prepared everything from painted rocks to huge cakes and presented these after the final bows. And the flowers we received, long a European tradition, completely overwhelmed the kids. Now, there are lots of different methods to promote peace throughout the world. Peace marches are nice, and hunger strikes make for good press. But this is truly the way to do it. Here, alongside their newfound friends, they can take their concerns directly to the people and share in the triumph of a well-received message. From now on, after the Americans finally return home, they will think of the Soviet Union as the place where their friends are.